Good afternoon. Good afternoon. And if you're here where I am, good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Thank you all so much for joining on this Tuesday morning / afternoon time. I'm your host, Lakeisha. Welcome to the Open Book. I thank you all so much for joining today. Make sure that you hit that like button. Welcome, everyone. Let's see who we have in the house today. Hey, Humble Me Hype is in the house. Hey, Queen, how are you today? Thank you for joining. Dreamy Girl is in the house. Thank you so much for joining, sis. I really appreciate it. But welcome to everyone. Hold on one second, y'all. Now, this particular live, y'all, it was tough. Okay, this is kind of a heartbreaking story, so I do want to warn you ahead of time that you may go through a range of emotions, like I did. Thank you so much, everyone. Hey, Shelly Shell. Hey, sis. Thank you for joining. Last night, now I had been for the past day or so while I was scrolling through Facebook, I'd seen a name and I didn't really know what happened, but I saw a young lady by the name of Sonya Massey. I didn't even know the story, y'all. I just was scrolling and I think I noticed that she had lost her life. And so last night I was scrolling through IG, and while I was scrolling, I came across, all I saw was a black woman, what was it? Black woman, unalived, I'm gonna say unalived on here, over a pot of boiling water. So I said, a pot of boiling water? No, 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 no. I know something got to be off with this. So I looked deeper into it and clicked on the video. And when I tell you, by the end of that video, I regretted that I had even watched it. Okay. It broke my heart. And over these past years, it's almost getting to the point where we're getting to some level of immunity to these videos, because it's almost like it's happening so frequently. Unarmed black men and black women losing their lives, okay, at the hands of police officers. Okay. Even here locally, we had a story. You guys may know the name because it was in the news. Tatiana Jefferson. Okay. She pretty much lost her life because someone else was doing a welfare check on her house. And it was a neighbor across the street. She lived with her mom during that time. And there was a light on, and it looked like the door was kind of open. And so the cops came and looked at everything, but she didn't know the cops were coming because she didn't call. But when the cops came, they looked around, and out of fear for her life, okay, she pulled out a weapon. Hold on one second, y'all. She lost her life because they felt threatened, but she had felt threatened because she didn't know what was going on. Okay, and she was so young. She was so young. She was there with her nephew, and it just showed that this is pretty much a pattern. Okay, we'll learn here with this story that this lady was just calling for help because she thought there was a prowler. Welcome to everyone that's entering. Hey, Dee, thank you for joining. Miss Josephina's in the house. Thank you so much for joining. Queen said, broke my heart, had me confused. I'm still in disbelief. Me too, sis. Me too. Dee said, I was going to drop that video today about her. I was just watching her dad talking. Yes, and hearing her dad broke my heart too. Thank you, Dreamy Girl. If you would like to purchase a coffee or a sweet treat for me, the link is in the chat. Hey, DJ. Thank you for joining, sis. I haven't seen you in a while. Yes, we're going to go over that, sis. I'm about to get into that. Hi, Cindy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to everyone. Thank y'all so, so much for joining. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Okay. So, let me show y'all her beautiful picture. Thank you for your patience. But last night as I watched this, um, it really, really broke my heart. And seeing her picture, y'all, she was 36. Okay. She was a very young woman, very educated woman, a young woman. Um, and she did not deserve to lose her life the way that she did. And I want to show what is going on with my picture. Let's see. Okay, there she is. Okay, so this is a picture of Sonya Massey. Okay, and this lady, she lived in Illinois. This story is out of Illinois. Um, she started off making the phone call, like I originally said, because she thought that she heard a prowler in her backyard. Okay, now there were two officers that responded to this call. What I want to first do is show you a quick video, like an overview of the end of the thing, but then we're going to walk it back and show what happened when they first got there. Now, I am not going to show you anything with any violence because I would not traumatize myself or you like that. But you will kind of get an idea of what is taking place. Okay. This video has been shown everywhere. So here at the open book is certain things that I like to show, certain things that I don't for the you want to protect the person's dignity and things of that sort. Their families, their friends, they don't want to keep seeing that over and over. So I'm not going to even show that just over and over, but we will walk through this because it did not have to happen. It really did not. And when I tell you, be prepared because you're going to hear some real talk today from me. Okay. Enough is enough. This is happening too many times, unjustifiably happening to Black Americans, men and women. And it's so many until the list just goes on and on and on. And now here we have another family that is grieving the loss of their family member. Let's take a look at this short video.
I just driver's license will do, and then I'll get out of your hair.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will get your paperwork.
What paperwork?
Okay. I got some paperwork.
Well, just get your ID real quick.
Well, let's get your ID first, and then...
One task at a time here.
Okay. Let me
Here, grab your ID for me.
Okay.
Your ID. One task at a time. So let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID is.
You see in that stack right there, maybe?
Okay. 1 second.
Check on her.
Let me leave this.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
Right. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
Rebuke you in the name of
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Alright. Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the fucking top!
The fucking...
So much easier.
Okay. Whew. So that was an overview. It really doesn't show what happened after that. But we'll see too how both parties, it led up to some nervousness, how this shifted from the beginning to the end. She had a pot of water on that stove. Okay, she was emptying it because they didn't want a fire going off, so they let her. She was showing paperwork, and y'all probably wondering why she's showing paperwork when she called the police. All of that. That's why I want to walk us back, okay, to that part because you have to kind of see what was happening before and then what led up to this moment, because it went from 0 to 100 quickly. Queen said it was senseless. There is no excuse. Right. I totally agree. Hey, Truth. Good afternoon, sis. Look, I have to look at the clock. It's morning here, but good afternoon or good morning, wherever you are. Dreamy girl, we're going to see it from when they first got there to this part. So, girl, I'm telling you, it is crazy. It's crazy. And I even then had questions when I went back and watched from the beginning, when they first got when they first looked around and stuff. I kind of see that there was some things with her. I would have even wondered what was going on. Okay. Because we just see this in hindsight, then we're like, oh my gosh, this lady called. And yes, it's still, that all is still true. But I don't know what else was taking place, but we're going to walk through all of that. So this officer worked for Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Department, and his name was Sean Grayson, the one who ended up shooting her. Now, let me tell you ahead of time, which a lot of us will want to know what type of charges he got. He has pled not guilty to the charge of first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and official misconduct. He is also being held in Sangamon County Jail while he awaits the trial. Okay. Now, this video, y'all, was just released 2 days ago. Wait, no, yesterday. The actual video was released yesterday. This took place back on July 4th. Okay. So this is just now coming out, because once they release a video, they know that it's going to be chaos. But y'all remember how there were numerous protests anytime that this happened. George Floyd. Then we had so many, y'all. I used to try to keep up with all of the names, but the list got so long, I have forgotten a lot of the names because there's so many. Okay, it is so many names of Black African Americans, however you want to say it, that have been unalived, that have been unarmed at the hands of police officers. That is a fact. That's not my opinion. That can be proven. We could pull the records for each of them. So they just released the whole video. Okay. So I want us to kind of look through, the video, and then we'll talk about some things that we notice. I may pause it and talk about some things. But this is Sonya Massey. Those of you who are just joining, you probably have seen her name going around social media. She was a 36-year-old mother of 2. So she had 2 children. Okay, 2 children. During this particular police call, she called for help because she thought that she heard a prowler outside. Okay. And so she called for help. Hey, Aries Black. Hey, sis. Thank you for joining. Welcome, Authentic Humans Matter. Thank you for joining. And yes, okay. I appreciate that. Yes. And thank you for being here. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull up the video. And let me just say this warning again. Trigger warning, okay, to anyone who may have lost someone, anyone who may experience this before. Of course, I'm not going to show anything, any violence or anything like that, or any shots and things of that sort. So you pretty much kind of know what comes next. But it's sensitive. This is a sensitive conversation also. So I just want to okay. Thank you, Miss Josephine, and welcome. I just want to let you all know, because like I said, last night I was looking at on IG and the video popped up on me. So it threw me for a loop and I hadn't even watched the full thing. Okay. but it threw me for a loop. So let me go ahead and begin. Now I may fast forward through some of the beginning because they're just kind of walking around looking outside. Make sure it's not muted. Now this we're looking at a view from the police cam, and they're outside of her home walking around just looking. Hi, Saj. Welcome, Miss Burnett. Thank y'all for joining today.
Oh shit. He said a word.
Now, I will say this because the call was due to a possible prowler, that would have been a red alert for me too. Okay. Like, did the prowler, if there was a prowler here, um, did the prowler um try to break into her car? Oh, my system is glitching. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. It'll be 1 second. Experiencing technical difficulties. Thank you for your patience. Uh, okay, let's see. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. I am back. Oh my goodness. My I had to reboot my system. It went completely black. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Let me get my video back, y'all. Okay. Whew. Thank you. I thought I lost y'all. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me get back to the video now. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Thank you for your patience. Y'all know this stuff happens. Oh my goodness. Okay. But while I'm pulling that back up, um, the car that would have brought a red flag to me too, because the call was in regards to um, a prowler. And hold on 1 second. And if the car is broken into, then I would have questioned, was the prowler here? Did he do this or what? Okay. Okay, here. Oh no, that's not the one I had. See how the enemy just came in that fast. That's what she was saying. I rebuke you. Because oh my gosh, because I want to talk about that part too. Um, let's see, hold on 1 second. And on the screen, I do have a picture of Sonya um, Massey. Hi, Elmo. Thank you for joining again. She is the one who just lost her life unjustifiably at the hands of the police officer. He thought, I guess, she was going to pour some boiling water on her. And then, he reacted to that. And that pretty much ended her life. Let me see here. And those of you who are just coming, I am usually prepared, but I just had a technical issue and it knocked all of my stuff out. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to find the video that I was just on in the place that I was on, but I may have to go to a different one. Thank y'all for rocking with me while I get everything back. Okay. Right. All right, we're back. Thank y'all so much.
Oh shit.
Yes, we are too, side.
He said, "Oh boy, no."
Yes, she really does, Queen. I thought of her too.
That one.
Hi, Cherry. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Hi, Lachelle's. Welcome.
There's a bike sitting back there. Where? On the back door. I don't know
Yes,
if it's hers.
it really is.
I love tapping. So cool.
Now, I was also wondering why was it taking so long, because she had called the police station for help that there was a possible prowler. So I don't know if she thought maybe this was the prowler or somebody was trying to get in. I don't know, but it did take a while. So I'm just not justifying any of their actions, but what I want us to do is walk through this and look step by step at some things that we notice. If you notice anything, please feel free to share that in the chat. And we'll talk about the whole thing, at the end, but I just wanted us to kind of stop and take note of certain things. Yes,
Pretty nice
sure.
to make contact with her. Because someone threw a brick to her. You want to try and call her
Right,
back there and let her know we're out front. Yes, that's set up good. I hear the phone ringing.
Now, let me just say, in today's society and times, and we've heard story after story, I would be nervous too, because y'all are knocking like really hard, flashing a big light into my house. And Queen brought up a very good point. They had not announced who they were yet.
You didn't see anybody out walking that way, did you? No, not when I came in. I didn't see anybody that way. I hear her phone ringing and she's refusing to come to the door, so we're about to go tonight. She's dead in there. Oh, let's hope not. Is this a ring doorbell? Yeah, it doesn't work though. Sheriff's office.
Right. Ain't you get that, Queen?
Oh no, it's right here. Put the drugs out. Go ahead.
And for those of you just coming in, this was on July 4th. So it was 4th of July. Okay. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes in my area, you don't know what's gunshots or fireworks. Okay. So you got to be, really careful during that time.
She was yelling inside. Still hold on. You coming to the door or not? All right, hurry up.
Okay, and I agree with Saj, and we just heard the tone. Okay, because this lady has not done anything to y'all. She called y'all to come and help. You're there to protect and serve, right? Okay, so your patience is getting short because she's not coming fast enough. However, you have not identified who you are at this point. She just hears a lot of knocking. Okay, she's already nervous and scared. Obviously, she thought someone was around her home. So now they're identifying who they are. And now he's like, hurry up. That tone, it would have put me a little fearful right now because you're now coming at me a certain way. Why are you saying it like that, sir?
Damn, bud.
Sheriff's office, the one you called.
Somebody is out here and I need to go here. Please don't hurt me, y'all.
Oh, we hurt you. You called us.
Okay, please.
So what'd you hear?
Somebody keeps outside my house, y'all. Please.
Is this your car?
Okay, notice when she steps out, one of the first things she says is, please don't hurt me, y'all. I want you to think about that, y'all, for a second. The very people who are supposed to protect and serve us, why are we now at a stage where we are afraid for our lives when we're calling you for help? She was already on edge and nervous.
Car over here?
Please, God, please, God, please.
Is this your car over here? Oh.
Please, God.
That's not your black car in the driveway?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, we checked your yard. We walked around the whole block. We didn't see anybody.
Mm-mm.
Right? You know, we don't. We checked the whole area.
I thought
y'all walking around.
I know, y'all.
Okay.
Please, God,
Around the
please, God.
six.
I'm
Okay.
trying to
So
get
have
help,
another
y'all.
six, but-
What do you need help with?
Yes, they were still doing fireworks because you can hear them in the background.
Please, I don't know what to do.
Thank you.
Doing with what?
Huh?
What do you need help with?
Nothing. I just wanted to see if I could help me.
What do you want help with?
Huh?
What do you want help with?
I heard somebody outside.
Yeah, we checked your house. We checked your backyard. I walked all the way through all these backyards. We checked your front yard.
We didn't see nobody.
Yeah,
So
nobody's out here.
You didn't see anybody?
Nope.
nope.
Oh,
We checked the whole area.
okay.
What took you so long to answer the door?
Oh, I was trying to put on some clothes, sir. I'm sorry. I was trying to get
I got you. All right.
Okay. So she seemingly nervous already. Okay. Seems a little flustered. She was like, she was already nervous. Hey, please don't hurt me. And things of that sort. And so that could cause them to feel some type of way, like, why is this lady acting like this? She was taking a long time, she said, because she was putting on her clothes. Now she has her phone. She's doing something with her phone. Right now, I don't know what she's doing with her phone, but she's complying and answering their questions at this point. Some of you made some points, and I was talking over the video while it was playing. I apologize, but I see y'all's comments, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, because they're good points. Lachelle's, if y'all didn't hear me, she had said it happened after the 4th on the 6th. Which I'm pretty sure people were still popping fireworks or doing fireworks. Yes, because when they were walking around, I don't know if you all heard, but there were fireworks being shot in the background. And y'all know how we do sometimes when the 4th of July comes, we popping fireworks for a whole week. Because I know we, even a week before, I'm like, it's not even the 4th yet. Cindy said the fear that goes through our minds when calling the police, so sad. Yes, that's the sad part. Hi, Latoya, welcome. Dreamy Girl said, yes, she was so nervous. Saj said, it's their demeanor towards us. It has us in such fear at times and on edge. Yes, I can totally agree. Y'all, I'm going to be honest. Hey, I told y'all going to really hear some real talk today. When I get pulled over, okay, I don't care if I have insurance, legit, driver's license, legit. Now, look, it has been some times while I was riding dirty. Oh my goodness. I had it was because my birthday had passed. And y'all, I don't know if it's still like that right now, but during that time, it was hard to get an appointment. And so you had to kind of get an appointment pushed out. And so, baby, by the time I realized it had expired, was already 3 or 4 months. 3 or 4 months out. So the bank told me, ma'am, did you know your license had expired? And so, that can happen. And so, but I don't care if I have everything up to date. When a police officer pulls me over, I can have a seatbelt, anything. I immediately, before I even pull over, get extremely nervous. I mean, when I tell you nervous, I am shaking. Even when I drive off, I'm still shaking because that could go anyway. Okay. You never know what moment. There have been innocent people. People don't realize this. There have been innocent people that have pulled over, that have complied, that have had their hands on the steering wheels, that have gotten out when they've asked and still lost their lives. That's the reality of it. Okay, that's a harsh reality. So I am justified in my nervousness because we have seen how this can go. Truth said they were being very condescending, yes, and even questioned her mental status, hence why he was already trigger happy. Right. She was so nervous. Yes, you could feel it through the video. Like, I literally felt this lady's nervousness through the video. Yes, it was some fireworks being played in the background. Right. Let's see. Welcome, Lolo. I don't know if I said hi. These comments are going so fast, and y'all, I'm on multiple tabs sometimes. So if I miss someone, please forgive me because it's not intentional. I just didn't see you when you came in. Latoya said, I just experienced that this year after my birthday. See, that's what I'm saying. It can happen. It really can. It puts you on edge. And seeing things like this, you pretty much don't even want to call the police. If you think something's going on, you better just deal with it. It was a point where we had some kids in the neighborhood, but we didn't know that they were kids, though, in our neighborhood. And they were going to different houses and kicking doors. Some people had, those Ring cameras where they could pick up who was there and so forth. But at that time, we didn't have a way of really seeing who was coming. And so they would do it sporadically. You would jerk up out of your sleep because it was that loud. And my kids would wake up crying because this was happening. And so we have like a little neighborhood, little chat thing that we have on social media. So we kind of keep each other in the loop if something's going on. So I said, well, has anyone else kicked anyone's door? And so I was like, because somebody just came by here, y'all, it had gotten to the point that one day, look, my husband, I was like, forget, I'm about to get in this car and go somewhere. I don't even know where I was about to go. I was just about to go find somebody because you messing with my kids' mental. And so, lo and behold, y'all, I was sitting at my desk by the window, and my window is kind of close to my front door where I can see out. This little boy was walking up. Now, this was like pure daytime, I should say, just daytime. That's not pitch black, daytime. He was about to kick my door and did not realize I was sitting here. I opened that door so fast. I said, please stay off of our property. And this is your last time. Do not ever come by here again and kick our door. Do y'all know that was the little boy who had been doing it? Because since that day, he got scared. He never came back. He never did. But I told my husband, I didn't even want to call the police. I'm telling y'all, I did not want to call the police on anything like that because the story can switch up on you. For Elmo said, they be acting like you can't be nervous, so they can use that as an excuse. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So what we're supposed to do? Okay, you don't want me to get nervous, but I'm nervous because of what we have known to become. Okay, a part of our history, and we're starting to become immune to some of this. Okay, because you don't see the outrage like it was. You don't see the protests like they were. Okay, because people really don't even click on the videos because they don't want to be triggered. Because it takes us back to all of the other times, all of the George Floyd, Sandra Bland, Philando Castile. It takes us back. It's like a second-hand trauma. These are traumatic experiences. And if it's like that for us as a people, imagine what it's like for these families. Okay? these families that have to see these videos and see how their loved ones' lives were unjustifiably taken. That there was no fight, that they were not armed, but that their lives were taken from them. Hi, Miss Lisa. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So, yeah, she's justified in being nervous. I'm going to be honest. If they were knocking like that, y'all would have got a just a little crack in my door. Hello, everything okay out there? Oh, okay. And of course, we can say what we were doing in the situation, you know, until we're in it. But I'm just saying, like, she was good to come do all of that, to come all outside and on the porch and stuff like that, because I probably would have cracked the door. Let me see your badge. Okay, everything was good. Okay, thank you so much. Because we have a right to be nervous. Okay, and Lachelle said the fact they did this in the comfort of her own home. Yes. And then come to find out, one of the officers had his body cam off. Sir, why is it not on the entire time? That's what I want to know.
Is there anything else we can do for you?
Huh?
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sir.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
You doing all right mentally?
Yes.
Sure.
My medicine and stuff.
All right. Okay.
I love y'all. Thank y'all.
All right.
She even said, I love y'all. Thank y'all. If y'all didn't hear that. She said, I love y'all. Thank y'all. Okay, that should have been it.
That's not your black car, though. The SUV? Whose is it? You don't know? Someone just parked it in your driveway?
They brought it to my driveway.
And just left it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's run that.
Yeah. 19, I got a 20 for you.
Does anyone else live here with you?
Okay, now that would have been a little suspicious. That would have been a little suspicious. She really did not know anything about that car. In that car, because there was a prowler situation. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. By there being a prowler situation, I would have wondered, like, about that car. I would have asked her about that car. Does she know? Because if that was her car, ma'am, are you aware that this car has a cracked window? One of the windows in the back has been busted out. Are you aware of that? Okay, so that would have been my question to her, because if there was a problem, maybe they had tried to break into her car. Now, for the simple fact that she said that's not her car and she doesn't know whose car that is, I would have wondered too what was going on with that. So at that point, now the cops have to call in the car. Okay, Foramo said, yeah, they unalive my dad and got away with it. I'll never if with. Oh, wow. I am so sorry to hear that. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. This is a trigger. There are people that have actually gone through this with their own family members. Oh, that breaks my heart. I'm so sorry to hear that. That officer was fired. Yes, he was fired. Yes. I think, and he's in jail. I think it was the perpetrator whom unalived her. You mean the police officer? Yes, we're sorry to hear that. Prayers to you and your family, because I know that that's hard. If it's hard for us to watch these videos, it is harder on the family. Okay, let's continue. Wow.
David Mary 43556.
You got a name? You got an idea or something? Take your name real quick. Catch this.
we spoke to.
Okay, y'all hear those sounds in the background? Those are fireworks being shot.
Temple. Okay.
Hello? Yeah, I need, I got the sheriff department here, but I was calling for help from y'all. They're here in my house right now.
Okay, so one thing is, I'm wondering why is he looking out through her house? Okay, that's also could be something to make her nervous as well. So just that part too, that can also make her a little nervous. Hold on one second, y'all. Papa. Okay, hold on. Mommy, crackle. Thank you for your patience. Hold 1 second. Okay, thank you for your patience. Yes, so them looking through her house kind of that can also put her a little on guard. Yes, I think his camera was off. Yeah, why is the camera off? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You're welcome. Yes, the fireworks in the background. Mm-hmm. Why did he tell her to hang up with 911? That's a very good point, Lachelle's. That's a very good point. Like, I'm talking to the people y'all work for. I want to, and you know what? Miss Sonya was smart. That was who she was calling, y'all. When I was wondering, and I said, I want to know what she's doing there with the phone. She was calling the police, 911, because that's actually a smart idea. Hi, 911. I have what's y'all's names here with me. Okay, I want to keep y'all on the phone while they're here. That is a very good idea. But let me tell you, some officers do not like that. And some don't like when you say, I'm going to record. That puts them on an even higher alert. And they I've seen some, not all, do not like that. Now some are like, oh, go ahead, but okay. That can be another red flag. They don't want you to. Queen said, and it was odd to me that they had been there that long and the police called her phone. Wouldn't dispatch know they had arrived? That's a good point. Wow.
No.
Okay, I'll let you go. You talk to them.
No, hold on. Wait a second, sir.
You can hang up, Connell. It's good.
For what? You're there with the deputy, correct?
No, hold on, okay?
You can hang
Hold
up.
on for what?
Just 1 second, okay? Okay.
What's up?
I got some paperwork. Can you grab that Bible, please?
Yeah. Hey, I just need your name so we can get out of here. Was there any damage previous to your car?
Previous, yeah, it was.
Okay, what was the damage?
A dent, I believe.
But what about windows?
Oh, it was something that happened earlier.
Okay, perfect. What is your last name? Shouldn't have to think about your last name. You're not in trouble. I just need to attach.
Massey.
Huh?
Massey.
Do you have an ID? That'd make things so much easier. I just need just driver's license will do, and I'll get out of your hair.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will
What?
get your paperwork.
What paperwork?
Okay. I got some paperwork.
Well, just get your ID.
Well, let's get your ID first, and then
One task at a time here.
Okay.
Here, grab your ID
Pause
for me.
a second.
Okay.
Your ID.
Okay. She could have just spelled that for him because now you're asking for my ID. I feel like I'm in trouble. Am I in trouble for something? Like she could have just spelled that. And see how sometimes it can turn where I'm calling you for help, but now I feel like I'm the perpetrator. Okay. And I'm being questioned about things. And we then take this to another level. Like if I called you for one thing, we got that done. So if you need to check out the car, check out the car. But now they're coming into her home, asking her for identification and things of that sort. And so now it's shifting. If y'all notice, the whole thing is now shifting right now at this point. Let me see y'all's comments. He's doing too much. Yeah, he should have done something to turn that camera on. And I'm wondering the 911 dispatcher or whichever the police department, if they're still on the phone. That's what I'm curious to know, because he was like, well, if they're there, why did he need to stay on? No, I need you to stay on until they leave. So I'm curious to know, was he still on the phone? Why did they just leave? Why did they just leave after they said no one was there? Why go inside? Yes, they should have just left then. Okay, but then they got, I guess, distracted by the car situation, which I can say the car situation was a red flag, especially if she didn't know about it. Okay, that's going to be a red flag because of the call that was made. Michael, turn it in. Because of the call that was made, it was due to a prowler. Because that's why they pretty much asked her about the car, because possibly the prowler could have pretty much taken, something from that car and so forth. And so that part I do understand, but I don't know why they had to come inside about that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, very weird. She told them the car didn't belong to her. They could have run the VIN number to verify. And that's what the other officer did. He called it in. He called in the license plate number. So why did they have to come inside to wait on that information? She is no threat. She is no threat. No, she wasn't posing as a threat. Yes, he is definitely doing too much. Right. I totally agree.
One task at a time. So let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID is.
you have that stack right there, maybe.
1 second.
Okay. Now, notice, okay. A couple of things. The ID part. She's looking for the ID. She's already nervous, and you looking for your stuff. Okay. I know when I pull over, I'm like, look, my insurance is in the glove compartment. Is it okay for me to reach over and get it? I always ask them, okay? Because I don't want you thinking I'm reaching for anything else. It's to that point, y'all. Like, seriously, I don't just start doing too much movement. I am frozen. For one, I'm too nervous. I'm frozen. So I ask first. So you're already nervous trying to find stuff. So she's looking for this ID. So now notice the one officer snapped to the other one and points like, look over there. And her eyes immediately goes towards the room where he's looking. So now she's like, okay, what's really going on?
Check on her.
Let me get this.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
Right. Okay.
She just told them she had a pot of water boiling on the stove. So his attitude was like, we don't need a fire up in here. He's still with his tone. Okay. So that tone is not really helping. It's really not. Because the communication, people pay attention to how you say things. Allegedly, this officer got away with N-word before, but Mrs. Massey said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. She's seen his demons. Yes. And Lachelle, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's something I did want to talk about too. Yes, y'all, this officer has been to 6 different law enforcement agencies since 2020. We are now in 2024. Okay, so what happened those times? I'm just saying that's the information that's being reported. This information is alleged, but that's what's being stated. It's been 6 different agencies since that time. This lady, for her to say, I rebuke you, because she, before we get there, because we ain't got there yet, outside on the porch, she said, please don't hurt me. I believe she sensed it then. She sensed something then. She said, please don't hurt me. She tried to put them off guard by saying, thank y'all so much. I love you. She was trying to, show them I'm no threat. I'm saying thank you. I'm saying, please don't hurt me. I'm nervous around you. So at what point are y'all going to see that I needed comforting, that I need your tone to come down a bit? Because I am no threat. I'm not trying to pose a threat. I'm trying to comply with what you're asking, trying to get my ID. I'm trying to get the paperwork. Now, I don't know what paperwork she was looking for, because when she was on the porch, she said that the car wasn't hers, or she didn't know about the car. She said they dropped it off there. That part I was confused about. I still don't understand what was going on with that car situation. But I think she was trying to look for some paperwork for that.
Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Now, she had just poured the water out into the sink. She notices them moving around a lot. Okay? And about to whisper and all of that.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
Rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Better fucking not.
Now, this part here, she's saying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. She said it twice. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Now, if you are spiritual, a Christian, you know what that means. That you have sensed the enemy's presence and you are rebuking what they're about to do in Jesus' name. She said that twice, and I do feel that she sensed death around her. Evil spirits around her. Because now she's in the spirit, but he does not know what that means. All he heard was you. And she's looking at him, speaking to him. So now he feels threatened, like, what you say you gonna do to me? he may not know what I rebuke you means. He just heard, what you say you gonna do to me? Probably. I'm pretty sure that's what he heard in his mind. Okay? That's probably the words that he picked up. This is my opinion on this. I don't know what the man was thinking. But in my mind, I'm thinking, what you say you gonna do to me? Because he probably picked up you. And she's looking at him. So now, look at what he's grabbing for. Okay? We immediately go to that. It has now gone from a calm environment, and the environment is about to shift. Even more. Because it's already shifted once. Now it's being taken up another notch. Miss Lisa said, it's people, they don't care about us, especially in Chicago. It's sad. Dreamy Girl said, a lot of people get nervous when you rebuke them. Ooh. And y'all know, even in the Bible, Jesus had to rebuke Peter. I know we're not in church, but hey, but he was speaking contrary to what Jesus' assignment was in that moment. And he felt that the enemy was using him. It's not the person, but it's the spirit that's operating. And this lady appears to be a Christian because she knew to speak and rebuke what was about to happen, that enemy. And she said it in the name of Jesus. Lord have mercy. Hi, Mrs. E. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining. Queen said, yes, she sensed what they were up to. Right, right. It means they're calling you demonic. Yes. Okay. Yes. She saw those demons. Ooh, my God. Mm-mm-mm. I never want to have to call them to my house. Aries, when I tell you, I do not want to have to do that. Now, y'all, I'm not going to play too much of this. Definitely not going to play when he, does that. Um, Let me see, how much more can I play?
No, that's where I got. I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. She did say, I'm sorry. And she dropped with her hands up. So still no threat because her hands were up. And as she went down, he shot. And she had, it was a head shot. Now, let me see if I can fast forward through that part. It was said that she did not immediately pass away. One of the officers was about to go and get a kit to render aid. The officer that shot her said, no, she's gone. Okay, let me see if I can skip something. They don't actually show her on here anyways, but I just didn't even want to play that part. Oh my God, my heart. Let's see. Yeah, she has 2 children. Why didn't they walk over and turn off the fire under the pot? Right, they could have done that. Whenever you call them, bad stuff can happen. Yes. Those of you just coming in, we are watching the body cam of one of the officers that was involved with the unjustifiably shooting of Sonya Massey, 36-year-old mother of 2. She had originally called the police because she felt that a prowler was around her home. And when they got there, they checked and so forth, and things just took a tragic turn.
You think he'll get it, but that's a headshot. God damn it.
God, fuck.
Dude, I'm not taking fucking boiling water in the fucking head. And look, it fucking came right to our feet, too.
Okay, I'm not showing any more of that. But I just want y'all to see that one wanted to go and get the kit and render aid. And she later was pronounced deceased at the hospital. Don't tell me my computer again. Hold on, y'all. Thank you for your patience. I'm experiencing technical difficulties again. Okay, I'm back. It kept kicking me out. But yes, so I wasn't going to show any more of that. We can pretty much kind of understand what took place after. Thank you, Cindy. I love you. I appreciate you. We consider you family already. Thank you for subscribing. If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you will know when we are live. Now I want to hear y'all's thoughts on this. We've seen when they first arrived. If you haven't, please go back and watch the replay until that tragic moment when our queen, Sonya Massey, lost her life. Both officers should have been arrested, in my opinion. The other because they are partnered. And in this video, the other officer did not tell him to stand down when he made that remark. Wow, that's a good point. And both did not render aid. Although the one at least had some type of compassion and he was going to go and get the kid, y'all are supposed to render aid. So neither officer did that. I agree. To stand down, like, how do we escalate? And what happened? I still go back to this. What happened to the 911 or the police department that was on the phone? What happened to them? Were they still on that phone, on her cell phone? Because all she did was sit it down. She told them to stay on there. So I'm hoping that that comes out in court or something like that. What happened during this trial? What happened to them on that phone? It's a reason she wanted them on that phone, for a level of accountability. Because that poor lady felt that something was about to happen. For her to even speak that out of her mouth, who says that to a police officer? Come on now. That lady, she sensed that. I've only seen the 2. I don't know about 3 unless they, showed up after when they called in for help. Also, I'm curious to know what comes of that car situation because they did call in the car. And I don't know, how long does it take to look up who owns a car? Did they not call the officers back? He called it in from his radio. So did they not call back on the radio to say, oh, this car belongs to XYZ? What happened to that? This did not have to go here. Okay. And I even read in one of my articles, one of the experts said that was not anything to even justify using a taser, let alone a gun. The lady was not armed. She had on her gown. And even if it was a pot of coffee or water, hot boiling water, that lady was way over in the kitchen. How far was that water going to travel? Okay. It did not justify it being taken from 0 to 100 that fast. But when she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, I don't think he understood that. He was confused and he felt like, I don't know. I can't say how he felt because I can't think like that. Let's see. Queen says she probably knew of these officers' behavior. I can say in my city, there are a couple of officers working. We just say, never mind when you arrive. Wow. He talking about it made it to their feet. The water was never thrown. When he said that it made it to their feet, he was talking about the water. I don't know why I thought he was. Oh, I ain't gonna say that. But I need to go back and look at that part, but I don't want to show that publicly. His mind was already made up what he was and had done to her, just my opinion. Right. They knew they had messed up. Yes. They were looking around in her house too. I don't know what they was thinking while looking around at her house. I don't know if they were trying to see if somebody else was there, or what. That's the part that I'm not understanding. It takes a lot to process this, y'all. And I know those of you who are just seeing that for the first time probably have gone through a range of emotions. And I feel you. I totally understand. Yes, he was talking about the water. He was prepping his cover up. Girl, is he? Oh, wait, Queen. Queen, are you available to come up? Because, wait a second. I know better than that. I know we're not trying to use water as a defense. Wait a second. I know better than that. So, are you trying to say that because he said it made it to my feet, that because the water was thrown or on the floor by my feet, I felt a threat? Girl, I know. Are you girl? What? Anyone's welcome to come up too if you want to come up and share your thoughts about it, or anything of that sort. Lachelle said, my thing is they should have never went inside the house. They already searched the outside. Right. I didn't understand that part either. Okay, I'm gonna go back and look at that part. I heard him say that, but I was thinking something else coming to their feet. I ain't gonna even say it because it's too traumatic. Yeah, if he is trying to say that, baby, that excuse is not gonna work. Come on now. I would hope. Okay, some water. Oh, look around your home. Oh, okay. Yeah, they kept looking. That little boy said he wasn't messing with those people anymore. Which little boy? Rebecca? Hey, Queen.
What's happening, sis?
Hey,
So,
what's happening?
so yes, right after, and I know you don't want to play it, but right after, I believe it was right after the other guy said that he was gonna go get the kit or something. Right after that, he says yes because I'm not trying to get hit in the face with boiling water. He said it already made it to our feet, but the water was never thrown.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I
so
did. Okay. I do remember on another video that he did say I wasn't going to get hit with boiling water. I do remember that, but I didn't know that's what he was talking about when he said it's made it to our feet.
yes, on I can't, and I don't know which video I saw because it was really late last night when I saw it. But when I heard it, I was like, "What made it to his feet?" And then I'm like, I was thinking back to like what was actually happening. And when he said he wasn't trying to get hit in the face with boiling water, it had already made it to their feet. I was like, she never threw the water. Was there a leak in the sink when she poured it out or something? It really confused me. But I believe that's where he tried to start his cover up.
Oh my gosh. Because I saw her pour it out.
Same.
Oh my gosh.
Same.
Yes, Rebecca, I do agree. They can turn it off, because they don't want anyone to see what they're doing. But it should be a law, about that. Like if you're on duty and you're not on a lunch break or something like that, and you're on active duty going to a call, especially, your camera needs to be on from start to finish. Like, why are we cutting the cameras off? Come on now. And you hear about that over and over, that the cameras are being cut off. That should send a red flag.
Absolutely. This one was just like so disheartening for me. Like, and I tend to stay away from stories like that because I get so involved. I get emotionally involved just because, like, as the culture, we as a people, like you feel like, whoa, like what if that was me? What if, and I've had my fair share of run-ins with, officers in different cities. So it's like I began to learn a lot about like whatever state I'm living in. I learned their laws. I learned what's supposed to be right for like that city or that state. But outside of that, it's like you never know what these people are up to. So it's like you always try to do what you're supposed to do for them. But in these instances, like this was just all around wrong. And if you pay attention, because if enough people keep talking, these videos are going to morph. These videos are going to change. They're going to be clippets and snippets. But there is definitely a video out there where he tried to cover it up and say that the water had made it to their feet, but that water was never thrown. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why he instantly ended up in jail, because they knew that there was no way to pussyfoot around, you know what I'm saying, the fact that that lady did nothing. So I think that's why he, usually we see, oh, they're suspended with pay or suspended, or, like they're placed on some type of probation. I feel like he instantly was sent to jail because he made that remark and there was no water ever thrown, because what made it to your feet? You know what I'm saying? Like, so y'all will definitely begin to see this morph and change.
You're right, Queen. Okay, so I'm looking at an article, and the article says, after the shooting, Grayson allegedly advised his partner not to give medical aid to Massey because of the severity of her injuries. When the other deputy says he is going to get his med kit just after the shooting, Grayson is heard saying, she's done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot. Soon after that, Grayson is heard saying to the other deputy, what else can we do? I'm not taking a pot of boiling water to the effing face, and it already reached us. Grayson then leaves to get his med kit. As the other officer says, they can at least try to stop Massey's bleeding.
Absolutely. What had already reached them? Nothing.
The water. The water.
Absolutely.
And then it says, the other deputy is then seen tending to Massey. He provided emergency assistance and stayed with Massey until medical professionals arrived. As the other deputy provides aid, Grayson is heard talking to someone out of view of the camera, saying he had shot Massey. She had boiling water and came at me with boiling water. He is heard saying, she said she was going to rebuke me in the name of Jesus and came at me with boiling water.
Absolutely. And that's why he went to jail.
My God.
That is why he went to jail instantly, because there was no way, you know what I'm saying, to cover that up. That lady did none of the sort.
And then the other officer, thank God he had his camera on, because it would have just been their word against her. She's not there.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. I never knew that he had said that off camera to them, that she was coming at them.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was just it was senseless. And I feel like when he arrived, and like the comment that I just put in, like there are officers who do this in real life. Like if you call them out, they are coming for a reason. And we've seen it so much. Like y'all know I live in Atlanta, like the city I'm in is Marietta. So like there are officers here who are very well known. We actually just had a crime here. It was last year where a man was shot in the back of the head, and we knew it was wrong because everybody watched it, and it just came out in our city a couple of weeks ago that he was a retired baseball player, and he was wrongfully shot by the police. There are just some police who, when you call them out, they're gonna come for a reason, whether it be intentional, you know what I'm saying? Like they're coming out for a reason. And with those officers, they're so known in our city by the public. Like if you call, like, and there's an emergency and they show up to your house, oh, it's like, yeah, never mind, we got it, we good. Like we don't even talk to them because we know how it's gonna rock out.
Right. Hi, Miss Lisa. Welcome.
Hi, how you doing? Hi, Miss Queen. Hi, Open Book.
Hey, Miss
Listen,
Lisa.
it's this is what I want to say. This was years ago, because in Brooklyn, and there was a known guy that was in the neighborhood that was robbing old women, right?
Mm-hmm.
So back in the days, we wore a lumberjack, red and black, blue and black, white and black. You already know where I'm going.
Absolutely.
And I happened to be walking to Utica train station, Fulton Street, and people in the neighborhood said, "Oh, be careful, be careful." So as I'm walking up to the train station, I see somebody on the ground. The officer had his foot actually on the guy's neck and on the side of his shoulder. But as I'm getting closer, I'm like, wait, hold up. It was my brother. My brother didn't do that. It's just those are the things that he liked to wear. So it was identity. You feel me? So as I got close, I said, "Excuse me, officer, what's the problem?" "Mayor, step the hell back. Just step back." And I'm like, I'm still, because that was a situation I could have been hurt, but I'm still worried about my brother. I said, "Okay, if you have him, take your foot off his neck. Take your foot off him." So this what where it goes. He was like the troublemaker, and then the one that was with him was telling him, "Oh, you know what? Just stop, man." Just he wasn't listening. So it still takes me back to George Floyd with these other officers that stand by because of one bully. And they leave those people in the department. And let me go back and thank God. My brother, they took the handcuffs and we had to go down there, we got him out. But they did find the guy that was going around. He stopped wearing lumberjack jackets from that day. And he has never went back to that train station to this day now. And that was almost, I'm going to be 57. That had to have been like almost 30 years old. And I remember that clear as day. So these officers out here, they already got an attitude. They already, they can probably just beat up their wife. And not that I'm saying that they should, but they start their day off. So this is their ROM. And then they got to make a quota. So they got to arrest somebody before they go in. That lady there, rest her soul, she didn't have nothing was wrong. They were wrong, and they got to stop taking more accountability. You there while he's there, because even as you don't know, but I would be upset because I don't want to lose my job based on this bully. I'm like, listen, man, you don't do that around me. Come on. But see, they allow those same officers, they go from one precinct to the next and it trickles down. They know they trouble.
Yeah.
They don't care.
And they tend to take these officers and they put them in the harshest neighborhoods, because when they put these types of officers in these neighborhoods, they know 8 out of 10 times the person that you come across is going to have some problems. They're going to have a warrant. They're going to have something. So they put them in those neighborhoods on purpose, because it's likely that you may run across somebody that got a warrant or may be armed or, is dealing with something. So they don't care. They don't care. That's why I agree with the person who put it in the comments that said that they just don't mess with the police. I can say, since being in Marietta, Georgia, Cobb County, you just don't, like, when you in this city, you don't mess with the police, because when they come out, even if you're not the problem, they're going to make you the problem. So in my city, like, if you're not dying, if you ain't been shot by somebody else, like if it's not one of those situations, you just don't call the police, and you don't call them, especially at this, like, you could call them in the daytime. That's cool sometimes, but 7:30 at night, that's the cutoff. We don't even deal with the night shift in Marietta, Georgia. Period.
Even on my floor, we had a neighbor. He's schizophrenic. This was years ago. He's not here no more, but he was having an episode, and it took, I'm not even lying, it took, I seen about 18 officers on my floor trying to subdue him. And then they were beating him up. I was like, come on. It's 18 of y'all. It's just him. 2 of y'all, put the handcuffs on him. Because by then, when they come, then the ambulance come, and they sure knew they didn't even, he was having a crisis. And I was telling the officer, I said, listen, he's schizophrenic. He has episodes, well, we don't know. But even though I understand, but I'm telling you, and other neighbors were sticking their head out just to let them know that he's schizophrenic. And he was, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't want to take the time out. And then they start beating on them
Well, I think with those type of situations, in my opinion, they should have specially trained officers or people to come to those type of calls, not just because we hear those situations where the medical call and it goes another way, and some of them have lost their lives due to their illness.
Even in New York, they was doing something about having the social workers come out to, especially with cases like that, and talk them down. But I don't know, because we have not seen more unalives, that I guess that ain't been working. But like I said, they don't train them. They train them to do what they got to do. That's it, and that's all. They're not training them to say, you know what, you have to talk the person down. They should be trained as well. But see, they already have their mind set up how they gonna operate this. You know what I'm saying? It's like a job, and they gotta execute, so to speak. You know, not to be graphic, but that's just what they're doing. This is what they're doing to our peoples. You know,
Now,
and that's the thing.
I also want to bring up, they said that Grayson, his defense, was probably going to be, he felt threatened for his life over the hot pot of water,
Wow.
in
Yeah.
particular, because he said that Massey appeared to reach for the pot again after putting her hands up. But there must be a reasonable threat, and she did not show any evidence of any
Painful.
reasonable
Mm-mm.
threat. Because in
Mm-mm.
the video, if you notice, she did say, I'm sorry, and put her hands up. She did not reach for anything
Anything.
after that.
Mm-mm.
So
And
that's
they look how big they are. You mean to tell me I'm looking at this frail, slim woman and these big beer drinkers? You know, I'm just saying the size of them. She was a threat to you? That
right.
little lady? Oh,
It's so
For me,
sad.
it was just the blatant fact that he just like he lied. As an officer, you have a
yeah,
badge on. Just
yeah.
the fact that he lied should have been like enough. He should have been out of there. I feel like anything after that main lie, because when you wear that badge, it's supposed to be a badge of honor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you lie, I feel like he should have been charged for the lie, and then y'all can add on whatever else charges that you want to. The initial
hmm
lie was that the water reached their feet. There was never water thrown.
Remember, they was going to
And on the
de-announce
scene,
the
if we
officers.
found out later that there was,
Hmm.
Right, because that's going to have to come out. That's going to have to
Yeah.
all come out during the trial
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
about the water.
Unbelievable. For it's just sad. It's the world we living in. And that's what I say, as our own selves too. Look at what we doing. So we ain't gonna never need no protection. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just crazy all around the board. It
Now,
really is. Because
Rebecca,
if we really in a crisis, who's gonna come to our aid? If
right.
we really are in a real bad crisis like this. So it's like we don't even know what to do. Should we push the button, or should the envelope? Should we? It's just a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot. And
Um,
unfortunately, it's just not going to change. They see us the way they see us.
right.
And that's the thing, you know. And listen, it's a lot. She ain't
Uh,
had to be unalive like that.
I did want to
That
share,
way.
Rebecca, that I would have told him to get out. Rebecca,
Yeah.
I don't know, sis.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know,
yeah, it's our home and we could say that, but the way that they came
aggressive.
in
Yeah.
already, and the tone, and then questioning
hmm
her, I don't know if it would have been that easy. Now, what I was saying earlier, I don't know if you were in at this time, she was good to open the door, come on
I'm
out on the
sorry,
porch
I
and
got
stuff
kicked
like
out.
that.
Open, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm back. I got kicked out. I'm sorry.
She
Back
Oh,
was
on
okay.
me.
I thought you had left us.
open
um,
book. She was well mannered. She
yeah,
was not disrespectful. She was like, if anybody had, even if Avon knocked on your door, you know what I'm saying? Jehovah Witness, listen, I'm just like you. I want to see badges for everybody, even if it's them. Let me see your
right.
badge. How you doing? I'm gonna be nice. You know what I'm
I
saying?
would
And then
I
yeah,
would
I'm
have
the
cracked
same
that
way.
door and okay, hello,
Girl,
and that would have been it. Now I
that's
think
it.
what the factor here where things kind of was the car
Yeah.
situation. I think
Mhm.
had that car not been there, or she would have given maybe a more concrete answer as to whose car it was. Because even if she would have said, "Oh, that's my car," I already know, the windows are busted. They
Right.
left at that. But by the fact that she said that was not her car and that she didn't know whose car it was, sent up a red flag for them to further check that out. Now, one of the
But
cops did call it in, but I don't
mhm.
know why he didn't get a response or what went on with that part. Hey,
But
Brooks,
listen, whenever you are pulled to the side, right? Say
mm-hmm,
like you in the front, they in the back, right? Most
right,
of the time they stop you, talk you, we're nervous anyway. And it's just one officer will go sit back in their car, if both, run the license through. That's all they had to do. They should have just ran that through, and that would have clarified everything from the gate. But the
right,
fact that they didn't want to do that, they just surrounded, and then it's like she came to do all this being pleasant. But
mm,
they already had what they had in their mind, how they was going to execute that. And they did just that. Because I know that, like most people you stop by a car, the two officers will get back in the car, run your ID and everything. So that's just, man, it breaks my heart how that happened.
What I can say, what was very telling for me, watching this video, and I don't know how much, how many more times I would be able to watch it and go back through it, because I get angry. Y'all know what happens when I get angry. I go to creating stuff, and, and I just think as a believer, as a follower of God, what was very telling to me is if we take this video and we look at it, and we look at it from a spiritual eye, from the very beginning, she already knew who she was dealing with. All of her interactions were with the same officer who took her out. The same officer, she asked her to, she asked him to hand her a Bible. So she already knew, like, the demon, like she already caught that demon. She looked that demon
You
dead
already
in the eye
knew.
and told them
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I rebuke you. You know what I'm saying? So he already knew. And it's just ironic that she had no other, like the other officer, like, wasn't pressuring her for information. It was the one who did not
Right.
have his body camera on, and it was the one that she felt the spirit on. So it's like when you look at it from a spiritual eye, it's disheartening and it's distasteful the way it happened.
Girl,
But
say
when you
it
come, when
again.
you call out God's demons, and it's kind of like me, when you come, like she invited that demon in. So when you invite those demons in, you have to
right.
daggone be ready to
Right,
fight for
I
it.
know
And the
that's
right.
fact
right.
that
Yeah.
you have to be ready to fight for
Mhm.
it. And the fact that there was no leg, for her to fight or defend herself. The only thing she could do was throw her hands up. And for me, and
Fall
it
on
sounds
God.
crazy,
That's
but when
right.
you do that, you go down in grace, because she recognized her demon, she called it out, and the demon was not pleased, and he took her out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amen.
Ooh,
I agree. I agree.
we
Give
agree
me
with
chills, but it's the
that.
truth. And that's the thing. You got to acknowledge these people, and you will acknowledge them. So I don't know. Some people turn their head, but me, big on energy. Like I can just feel it. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I have this thing that my grandmother always had. I can see vision of things far, far ahead. And even the next day, you might not think it, but then you be like, wow, I was just thinking like that. I had that for a long time. And I thank her
Absolutely.
for that because that got me out of a lot of situations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You could tell from the beginning of this video that demon in him was irritated. He was there prepared to
Ooh,
shoot,
yeah.
or kill the perpetrator, but when he
Right.
didn't get that, he wasn't finished.
No,
Wow.
no, no. You know they
When
got to
he got there
continue.
and there
You
was
know,
no perpetrator, he was not
yeah.
finished.
Mm-hmm. I
No, he
totally
wasn't.
agree.
That's what it
I agree
was.
with that. I totally agree.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and then it was
They know
another.
who to mess with.
And then also
Good.
they said it's not a typical procedure for officers to allow anyone, if they're questioning anyone or anything, to go to a kitchen, because a kitchen has potential weapons. So for the simple
Yeah.
fact that the water was boiling, it's two of y'all. You have one officer over here waiting for her to give an ID. The other officer could have just stepped over there and cut out the water. I mean, you know,
Absolutely.
That's
turn off
it.
the
That's it. That's it.
Absolutely. I
That's
agree
it.
on
That's
that.
what I was
I
saying.
agree.
When the member was saying that, it's too, they big, look at her. Just what you said,
right.
open book. Somebody could have went there and somebody could have went to the left and
Mm-hmm.
still engaged in a conversation with her. But that
Right.
wasn't his plan. His
And
plan
then
was to do what he did.
I want to know if, because they were so quick to fire him and put him in jail, did that officer stay on the phone? Because if the officer stayed on the phone, he would have heard that whole entire conversation. He should have
Yes,
heard it,
I
especially
agree.
the officer, because he was closer to the phone of what all he
Mhm.
was saying.
Yeah,
And so I'm
exactly.
hoping it picked up enough, you know, of her voice and what she was saying. Because if someone's saying, I rebuke you, that is not a threat. Y'all know what the title
Sure,
or what
right?
the word rebuke means.
Mhm.
That's the thing. You need to get an understanding what she
Yeah.
in that moment. And they're not spiritual enough to know what that meant. So now
No,
we can't
no.
even speak spirit. So let's add that to, we can't eat ice cream in our homes. We can't go take a pot of boiling water off of the stove. We
Girl.
can't say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Like, come on. Like, it's
And
just
and
crazy.
and remember, I was saying, as officers, it's mandated that first of all, when they knock and you talk, you know, I remember officer telling me you can't close the door. I didn't know that. So he said, no, we have to leave this door open just in case because we don't know who's in here. I was like, what? I never knew that until I learned that. You know, when my son was having a little episode in here. But when I saw how the officer was already aggressive because one was Spanish, one was white, you know. And the white one, he was greasy, big belly. I guess he needed a donut and some more coffee. He's the one that was more aggressive. Oh, you call us for this? I said, you know what? Never mind. I got him out of my house. 2 seconds. Because I'm calling you and you coming in here for that.
Right.
He already had an attitude from the gate, sweating underneath that cap and looking a hot mess. I got him out of here real quick. And that was the end of that. So,
Um,
and I never knew what that was. He was like, no, we got to leave the door open. And I was like, oh my God, let me get him out of here. And my son straightened up right after that. I said, you know what? You about to go on a service somewhere playing with me. He cleaned up after that. That's when he was 15, 16. You know, they be smelling
right.
themselves around that age. And
Mhm.
so, and I thought that I would have an officer come here and just talk to him and, get him together. That wasn't the day for it because that entity came in my house and I got Mr. Entity right up out of here. You have a good day. No, no, I don't need your help. No, thank you. Yeah.
Right.
So,
I would like to
yeah.
welcome Miss Libra Saint. I hope I said it right. Or she said she just said she rebuked them by default. They were thinking she was going to put the boiling water on them, but she was talking,
Mhm.
apologized for saying, not thinking they were thinking she was going to throw the water. Right. It was, you can probably tell she's used to speaking like this, because especially if you were raised in church or, we know some of what we're supposed to do when you're involved in spiritual warfare. She could have been thinking, I'm going to say this and because I see in the spirit what's taking place, but they thought she was meaning something else. Now, at that time,
Right.
though, the water, I thought she had poured the water into the sink when she said that, and turned around. But and she had both of her hands up, so the pot wasn't in her hand at that moment. So I'm glad that you said
Mhm.
that. And also,
Right.
she didn't realize they perceived her joke as a threat or attack. They believed she was going to pour boiling water out on them, but she already
But
poured the
on
water out.
them. Right.
Right. She talks
Mhm.
spiritually like that.
They-
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
And so they didn't
Amen.
know,
I agree.
probably know what that meant. Rebecca said, um, where I live, they don't do anything like that. When you call them, They will take you to jail. That's the city where I live. Okay, Rebecca, praise the Lord. Okay. I'd rather
Oh,
probably go
wow.
to jail than to lose my life. Okay. Because, oh my God,
Right?
some
Sonya.
areas you just don't know. Uh,
Yeah.
rest in peace. Both of John. This happened. Both of John was in Dallas, and Dallas is not too far from me. But he was actually
Mhm.
eating ice cream at home in his apartment when an officer came. She said that she thought she was at her apartment, but went inside. I don't know. To this day, I still don't know how she got inside his apartment. She thought he was in her apartment and ended up taking his life. And I still
Oh,
don't understand how that happened. I mean, you
wow.
home on one floor, he stayed on a totally different floor, walks in, and he takes
Mm.
life unexpectedly. Rest in peace, both of them. Yeah,
Wow.
it's just so many of these cases. Sandra Bland, it's just with that situation, a lot came out, and we to this day, I don't believe justice was served. Breonna Taylor, Philando Castile. It
Yep.
was one
The
in
mayor of Rice too. The young
Yes,
boy
Samir
too.
Rice. What was the guy
Mhm.
named out of Louisiana that was in front of the store? Yeah, they said he
Oh,
was selling
Frederick.
weed.
I think his name was Freddie. Frederick somebody.
Well, he's one
Oh,
too,
God.
but it's another one. Oh my gosh,
Remember in Baltimore, Freddie Gray
well,
in
Freddie Gray
Baltimore,
was
Manhattan,
one.
Baltimore. Yeah.
Alton,
Hmm.
Alton Sterling, Alton
Oh,
Sterling.
that's it. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. He had a gold tooth in his mouth. I'll never forget him.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
yeah. It happened
So
so
many.
close to the Philando Castile situation. All of that
Yes.
place. And so
Yes.
that's a lot of trauma on top, secondhand trauma on top
Oh, yeah.
of one another. And this is just yet another case. So our heart goes out to, she said she was sorry before she died. Yes, that was so sad.
Yeah.
She said, I'm sorry after he said, what you say? And she's like, I'm sorry. She apologized to him. But it wasn't like she was going to do anything to him, but if she was
Right.
spirit
He, he
that she
didn't even he didn't even check. It's just that could have been all avoided. Like I said, if that's the same officers that been arrested before, he
felt.
already had a chip on his shoulder. This is what he do. This is his MO. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how many other families he has affected.
Absolutely. He
You know.
came there with the intention to shoot and kill a perpetrator, and he did not get that, and he was not satisfied.
Right.
That's all I can
Right.
get out of it, is that he came there with the he came there with the, okay, this gonna be my one, this gonna be my quota, this gonna be the one I
Yeah.
need, and then he
Yeah.
got there and that didn't happen.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I
I
tell you, that's how they got to get their quotas. They got to meet their quotas. They have to. That's part of their job. Sadly, but I would
mm-hmm.
never date one of them or marry one of them. Mm-mm.
Right.
They get away with too much.
Ooh. I mean, it hurts my heart. So my prayers go out to Sonya Massey's children, her
Yeah.
family. I know her father has been doing press conferences. If y'all haven't watched any of that, if your heart can take it, it was hard for me to watch it
Yeah.
because the hurt when people have to go through unexpected death is harder to me. As people that you expect, oh my gosh, they've been sick and this been going on and so forth. But just to know you get that phone call and you're like, well, what happened to my daughter? He
Yeah.
had to go through that. And so
Mhm.
seeing this video and having to go through that. And of course, Ben Crump is the family lawyer. When I
Oh
say
yeah.
that's all you hear is Ben Crump on these type of cases, I was
Yeah.
like, he
Yeah.
is balling these people.
Yeah. He's our hero. He really
Yeah.
is. He's our God. He is our God sent.
So
Truly.
I won't say too much on Open's panel about Mr. Ben Crump, but I have my own thing towards him, and I am one of those ones who,
Okay.
I am not a huge supporter of him. I really am not.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
I've
right.
heard some things too, but I was just
I
throwing
heard
that
a
on
few
out
years,
there.
but
Absolutely. I feel like he steps
I
in
would
the I
say
feel
the
like he
ones that
steps in
he
the midst
did
to have his
something.
name
But
there.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He steps
I
in the
see
midst to
that.
have
okay,
his name there.
yeah,
What I
yeah, I
can
got
say,
you.
with regards to my I'm not really an experience with him. Moving to Georgia, my family had a situation, and it's posted on my timeline down on my Instagram a couple of years back when I moved to Georgia. But one thing
Hmm.
I feel like an attorney is supposed to do, just like the police, you're here to protect and serve and stand up for what's right. My family had to reach out to him here in Georgia because, of course, he was a big name here when it came to like violence in the city, the state, and their laws and rules. And I was told by Mr. Ben Crump that my story or my situation hadn't got enough hype, or it wasn't turned up enough in my city for him to participate. So when it comes to Ben Crump, I'm not a fan.
Right. Wow.
I got you. Can I ask you a question? I know you live in Georgia.
Yes, ma'am.
You remember the young man that was in the parking lot by Wendy's? And you remember he was unalive as well with the taser, and then they wound up. What is this boy name? Oh
Are
man,
you speaking
it
of the
happened in
um the
Atlanta.
are you speaking of the ex baseball player that they recently disclosed the story on?
No, you remember around the time of the pandemic, it was a young man. He had a child. He was visiting for the weekend or something, and they wind up tasering him in the parking lot in Atlanta.
Hmm.
Young guy. Uh,
Oh, okay. I think
You
I
know
know
I'm
which one you're
talking.
talking about. That was the one he was asleep. That was very early when I got to Georgia.
Yes.
Those protests and things were
Okay.
already going
Yes.
on once
I
I got
remember
here.
that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did hear
Yes.
about
Yes.
that one.
I
I did
never
hear
heard
about
any
that
more about that neither. After,
because
they had the
it was a cover
services and
up.
everything.
It was definitely a wrongful death
Yeah.
by police. The one that's
Yeah.
biggest in our city right now is the he was either an ex baseball player or a retired baseball player. And I was homeless at that time. We were living at the hotel where this baseball team was visiting, and the Marietta Police Department shot him in the back of the head. And the entire hotel saw it, like we watched it happen, and we
Oh,
knew that the police department had wrongfully killed this man.
oh,
But they told us that they were going to take our phones, they were going to spray us down with water hoses, get back in our rooms, they were going to put us on lockdown, and then they put a cover up story in the city, and then it just came out like last week. It was last week or week before last that everybody was right. You know what I'm saying? Because we had live video footage
what's his
that the
name?
police had killed him. I'm
What's his
sorry, what you say, Miss
what was
Lisa?
the young what was his name? What
I
was
would
his
have to go back.
name?
I would have to go
The
back
young
and
man,
into the
the one that
news
you're
and
talking about. Okay.
yeah, I would have to go back into the news and
All
look.
right.
I'm not very sure of what his name
All
is, and I
right.
don't want to misspeak on Open's panel.
Not
Okay.
sure. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Oh
Well,
wow.
The police will definitely do cover ups. I
Oh
have
boy.
seen
It's
like
like
enough
every
of them.
day is
I'm
something.
so
Every
over it.
day. Me too. I got you. Yeah, I understand. Listen, I understand.
right.
Yeah, I understand. I've been, shoot, child, my own son, he was stabbed in his chest, in his heart, straight through it.
Um,
He's a testimony. He's here. He's alive. But yeah, it was a lot.
Sorry to hear that.
You know,
Mm-mm-mm.
it was a lot. And and keep that man first upstairs. He's the only one that can get you through some things. I've been through it, and I know a lot of people been through a lot.
Right. Right.
Just gotta stay prayed up. We really do.
You really do.
You
You
really
really need
do.
everywhere. I mean, pray without ceasing. Like even if you don't speak it out loud, if you have
Right?
to say it, we
Coming in
see
your house, leaving your house.
right
Yeah.
all day. Well,
Open
thank
book. I
you.
never like my one of oh go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, we were about to. I was
Oh,
just
I
going to say
was
we were
saying
talking
like
about in a second. Go
oh
ahead,
I
Lisa.
remember my aunt one of my great grandmas, she used to always say, now I'm gonna tell you this and it better stick with you. But I was a little kid. She said, you pray before you leave and you pray when you come in the house. You hear me? I got
Mhm.
it. I ain't get it then. I was like, Grandma, ain't nobody doing that. I do it faithfully. So I understand now.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. It will
it's
save
tough.
our lives. Well, thank you, ladies, for coming up on the panel today. I appreciate it so much. And I agree, Rebecca,
Anytime,
she wasn't a
anytime.
threat to them. Yes, Libra. Uh, yeah, she was definitely not a threat. Thank you, ladies, so much for coming up on the panel today. I appreciate it. Y'all, let's
You're
continue to keep
welcome.
the Massey family, her friends, and this nation in prayer. We have a lot
Prayer.
taking place right now during this time, and probably throughout the election season. So let's continue to just keep each other lifted, be vigilant, be prayerful, be aware of your surroundings,
Hmm.
be cautious, because we walk by faith and not by sight, and we trust God, through everything, but also use natural precautions as well when we're going about and doing
Hmm.
different things. I do want to give a shout out. Thank you, Shelly Shell, for dropping that link. Shout out to my sister, especially look, we mod together, and she's just a sister of mine now, but she now has her own channel. Shout out to Lolo. Many of you may know her, and she has her
Oh,
own channel.
oh, I'm
And
so happy, Lolo.
yeah,
Oh,
she is starting her channel. And so right now she is 20 away from 50. So if you have not subscribed, the link is in the chat. If you could click that link and subscribe, we want to get her to her first goal, because we know that's just her first goal of 50
mhm.
subscribers. And we know that she can do that.
Miss Lisa just want to say, is it PG rated over there on Lolo?
Uh-oh.
I just wanted to know because if it is, I'm running over.
And
Lolo's gonna
open
talk about some good topics.
and open before I hop down.
Listen,
I
we
do just
we
want to
need
say.
some, yo, we need fight. That
Go
was
ahead.
so
I do
funny.
just
I'm
want to say
tickled.
one thing before I jump down. And just because you just brought it up, with it being like it's election time, and y'all know I'm in Georgia, I'm in Atlanta, I'm in the metro, so we kind of hear a lot of like what's going on with like gang activity and things. So when it comes to these
Mhm.
elections, just also be careful of your opinion of and I'm just speaking this for me because it seems like in Atlanta people have access to you very easily. So just be also careful and mindful of what you're posting, like your opinion of the candidates, who you're wanting to vote for, because a lot of the things that are going on right now here in this area is that like when people are hearing you, it's giving them reason to like shoot you, do commit crimes against you. So we just want to be mindful of making our opinions so vocal in areas that we're not aware of who we're discussing it around, because you never know who's listening, and you just because you might be a supporter of one or the other, there's somebody out there who may hear that and want to do something detrimental to you. So
Mhm.
let's just be mindful and careful of how we're speaking our opinion
Yeah.
in areas where you don't know how it's going to be received, or if you don't know the environment that you're in, because right now that is very big in Georgia, with Georgia being one of the states where sometimes the vote comes out of this state, and people are very on high alert, high guard. It's a lot of crime written
Yeah.
around our
Yeah.
voting here. So just be careful and mindful
Mhm.
on the airwaves, and in your own cities and your environments. It's some your opinion may
Got
be an
you.
unpopular opinion for somebody, and you don't never know, like just like with this video that we watched today with Open, you never know what mind state somebody's in. Somebody hear you say, "Oh, I want to vote for this person," and they don't agree, and now they want to shoot you, or they want to rob you, or so you just got to be careful, because a lot of that is
Right.
going on already here in Georgia.
Oh, wow. Thank you for
Mm.
informing us about that. And
Well,
that's
thank
just
you for
wisdom.
that.
That's wisdom. So I'm
Yes.
glad that you
Amen.
shared that. We have to take necessary precautions, y'all. It's a
Wow.
different world,
Yeah.
okay, right now than where we come from. Y'all know that show, but
Future.
those are true words. Right now, we're in a society and a different time. So you just have to be cautious, be aware, and know what you can and cannot do, because what times we are in right
Yeah.
now much. But thank
Amen.
you, ladies,
I
so much.
agree.
Thank y'all for coming up, being on the panel with me today.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Okay.
much for
All
having
right,
us.
open
Before
book.
I go, I will let
Goodness,
y'all know it
Queen.
is Two Turn Tuesday on the Humble Me Hype platform. So I know that Tiff and Tay are going live at 8 p.m. I'm going to try to go live like an hour before them with Two Turn Tuesday. I have some music that I want to play. We're going to turn up a little bit. So if y'all are not busy, join me at 7 p.m. Eastern for
And,
Two Turn Tuesday on the Humble Me Hype
and
platform.
what's your link? Oh my God,
Yes,
I
if
didn't
one of the
know.
mods can
Oh,
put the link for
can
Queen's
you put
channel,
the
thank
link
y'all
in there?
so much.
Yeah, because I would like to see you.
Whoop,
You know,
Absolutely.
Miss
It's Two
Lisa
Turn
like
Tuesday on that
beautiful
platform.
people.
whoop.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So
Miss
if you have
Lisa
some music
like
that you
that
want to
stuff.
play or hear tonight, come over, drop it, in the chat, and I'll make sure I write it down and jot it down because I got some new music that I want y'all to hear. You probably have heard some. I think I've dropped some of them in my videos and my shorts, but there's just some
Okay.
real gospel artists out here that I really been feeling. My son has some music out, so I just want to play some music on Two Turn Tuesday tonight.
Yay, I'll be there, sis.
Okay.
Okay,
All
open. I
right.
love you
7
guys. See y'all
o'clock.
tonight.
Okay.
Love you too. Thank you for coming up. Thank you, Miss Lisa.
All right, hon. You
Have
have
a
a
blessed
blessed
day.
day.
You
You
too.
too, open book. I love you, love you, love you,
Love
girl.
you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Thank y'all so much for joining today. This has been, I know, a different type of live, but I just wanted to come on and share more information about our queen, Sonya Massey, to go into what really happened, what took place, and kind of show you, give you some more insight into that story. We're going to continue to pray for her friends, her family, and know that I'm praying for you all as well. Thank you for our guest panelists, Miss Lisa and Queen Unique, Humble Me Hype. Thank you all so much for joining up on the panel. Make sure that you subscribe to my sisters. I say sister, my sister Lolo's channel, and Humble Me Hype, Queen Unique, her channel as well. Let me find that link right quick to Humble Me. Let's see here, because I want to drop that in the chat. I think Miss Lisa wanted that information as well. Let's see here. Okay, it is Humble Me Hype. She's doing a special. Oh Lord, what is the name of it? Queen Turn Up Tuesday. I don't want to give it a new name. Turn Tuesdays, but she's doing something special tonight. I may go live later after that for our game night. So I'll kind of see where I fit in with game night, but I do want to do a game night tonight. So make sure you hit the bell so you can be notified of when I go live. Two Turn Tuesday. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to show up and show out. And also, if you would like to become a member, you can click the join button or click the channel membership link in the chat. And also, if you would like to support, you can always send a super sticker, super chat, or purchase a copy. And I thank you all just so much for being a part and joining today. I hope you all have a blessed Tuesday. Thank you so much, and peace out.
And make sure you like and subscribe for the open book, for the comment thread, and for the YouTube station, and my Buy Mommy a Coffee.
Thank you. You heard it right from Micah Man. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.